Here is something nobody tells you about bad financial decisions. Most of them are not made by stupid people. They are made by stressed people. And the reason is biological, not moral. Society frames being bad with money as a lack of discipline, a flaw in character. But looking at the brain under acute pressure reveals a physiological hijacking that overrides even the best intentions. The primary mechanism is the interaction between cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, and the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for complex planning, logic, and impulse control. When a major stressor hits, your biology diverts resources. Blood flow drains from the rational decision-making center, shutting down the machinery to calculate consequences. Instead, energy floods into the amygdala. This activates the brain's alarm system, dropping you into primal fear and survival mode. Opening a terrifying bank statement or seeing a massive, unexpected bill forces your internal hardware to stop performing logical math and begin preparing for a physical threat. When cortisol spikes, your brain lacks the physical resources to execute a rational, long-term financial plan. It is anatomically impossible. A study published in the journal Science by economist Anand Mani examined the mental impact of facing a theoretical financial shortfall. This chart shows the results. Just thinking about a potential money problem caused cognitive performance to plummet by the equivalent of 13 IQ points. Psychologists call this a loss of cognitive bandwidth. Think of the brain like a computer with a fixed amount of processing power. Financial worry acts like heavy background software, consuming so much capacity that almost nothing is left for basic reasoning. Financial struggles are rarely the result of inherent ignorance. Instead, the overwhelming cognitive load of stress causes a severe, temporary reduction in actual brain power. This loss of bandwidth produces 3 specific symptoms. The first is a shortened time horizon. A brain in survival mode hyper-focuses on escaping today's threat, so the mental space required to plan for tomorrow evaporates. The second symptom is reduced working memory. When you try to evaluate interest rates or budget trade-offs, a stressed brain cannot hold, compare, and contrast multiple options at the same time. Third is the risk aversion paradox. Stress makes us terrified of long-term risks, yet highly susceptible to dangerous, impulsive, immediate choices if they offer a moment of relief. These symptoms manifest as the very actions that destroy financial stability: signing predatory payday loans because you need cash today, panic selling stocks during a dip, or using impulse purchases as a way to regulate overwhelming emotions. This chart illustrates the cognitive poverty trap. Financial stress leads to reduced cognitive bandwidth, which triggers impulsive decisions, which then loop back to cause more financial stress. It is a closed, self-reinforcing biological loop. Breaking this cycle requires a shift in perspective. A disastrous financial decision made under pressure is a structural trap, a predictable output of human biology rather than a personal failing. Relying on willpower is a mistake. Your biology ensures that your resolve will weaken exactly when the stress is highest. To outsmart your anatomy, you need strict protocols. The first is the 72-hour rule. During any active stress episode, mandate a waiting period to allow cortisol levels to clear before you sign a contract or buy anything. Protocol 2 is automation. Make your significant financial decisions only when you are calm, then automate them so a stressed brain cannot manually override the plan during a panic. Protocol 3 is the emergency fund. Traditionally, savings are viewed as a tool for wealth. In neurological terms, they are a physiological necessity. An emergency fund acts as a biological shield. Knowing you have a cash reserve reduces the daily baseline cortisol load, reclaiming the cognitive bandwidth you need to think clearly. By treating financial stress as a biological mechanism rather than a moral failing, we can finally outmaneuver our own anatomy and break the trap. What is the worst financial decision you have made under stress? No judgment, just data. Tell us your story in the comments.